hi there, and welcome to a Sit With Me podcast. My name is Sullivan, and I am your host. Welcome to a brand new episode of a Sit With Me podcast. Thank you so much for joining in. I am so glad that you made it. We are in full May. The temperatures are a little more respectful of our time and our dignity outside. Not in the morning, but still during the day we have a lot of sun. I hope you are enjoying this May, this beginning of May. This morning I woke up late, so I missed my workout session. I opened my eyes 10 minutes before my workout class, so I said, well, see you in 2 hours. So I booked another workout class, and you know what, my body was like, girl, stay in bed, we need the rest, we need the hours of sleep, because I do tend to go to bed late. My brain is hyper active, but I made it. I did my little workout session, and let me tell you something that was on my heart on my way to this work while I was biking to this workout class. The hardest part is not the gym, it's not the workout, it's the diet. So let me save you some time and money. If you want to get onto this health journey, if you want to take care of your health, if you want to change your body, or if you just feel stronger, whatever, let me tell you something. Save your time and save your money. Do not step one foot, one fingernails, one hair in the gym or in a workout class. No. You know what you do? You learn how to eat properly. You learn how to eat better. Learn how to cut maybe sugar, alcohol, or whatever it is in your diet that is maybe preventing you from reaching your health goal, right? Alcohol, all of that. Learn how to cook 2 to 3 high protein meal per day for a month. This will be your first challenge, because I was biking and I was like, now getting to the workout class, it's easy. It's not the hardest part. I get up, I go, I work out, I get home, I take my shower, have a great day. The hard part is to be consistent with your diet. So do not even start taking no class, doing no 10,000, 20,000 steps, whatever they're saying on TikTok. Learn how to cook properly, learn how to eat properly, learn how to do groceries the right way, because let me tell you something, you will discover aisles that you've never been to before. If you're looking for protein bread, protein pasta, protein this, cottage cheese, all of these things that I've never bought before. So as someone who's been in and out of the gym for years, who've been trying to prioritize my health for years, there is no point in killing yourself, being tired and sore at the gym or in a workout class if you do not know how to eat properly. Do that for 2 weeks or a month. You will see change in your health, in your body, in your recovery, and then take a membership to the gym, because then you will be mad at yourself because you will go to the gym 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week and you won't see a difference, and your diet will not follow. You will eat the same but work out more, which you won't see results. So as someone who's been doing this for years, let me tell you something. Start with the diet. And the hardest part is not to do the thing, it's not to do the meal, it's to be consistent with it for a month, weeks, month. So yeah, that is my little message, my little advice to you. Start with the cooking. Start in your kitchen. Start to learn how to eat how to buy high protein things, how to cook it, how to have a good protein breakfast. Learn all of that first, do all of that first, and then only then 2 weeks after that, a month after that, even 2 months after that, go to the gym or go to a workout class, and that will help you be more consistent. That will give you way more result. I don't know why I'm going on this health fitness tangent. It was on my heart this morning, and I feel like after years of doing this, I must warn you that the results are indeed made in the kitchen and not in the gym. That being said, thank you for listening to my little rant. This week's episode, I want to talk about ambition. I want to talk about ambition. If you've listened to any of the podcasts or any of the TikTok, you know that I love ambition. I love a vision. I love a goal. I love a drive. I love a fuel. I love a fire to keep you going. I will never hide the fact that I am ambitious. That is for sure. I have a vision and I intend on reaching it. Yes. But something that I have experienced myself, and this is why I wanted to make it an episode, is that sometimes that ambition comes with a cost. That ambition comes with downsides. Now, there are way more pros than cons to being ambitious, to ambition, but sometimes ambition can steal your joy. Because, you can do everything right. You wake up early, you stay focused, you build your dream, brick by brick, step by step. You have the vision, you worked on your mindset, right? You are on your way and you have the ambition, but still you can feel empty, you can feel restless, you can feel low, you can feel lost on the path. And it's not necessarily burnout, it's not necessarily doubt, but it is the emotional cost of ambition. So it's cute to be ambitious. It's amazing to be I recommend everyone to have even more ambition and dream bigger and ask for more always. However, we must also acknowledge that there is an emotional cost. There is a cost to being ambitious. It's not always perfect. It's not always pink. It's not always easy. It's not always joyful and perfect. And so this is what I wanted to talk about today, because on my way, I had a hard time reconciling the fact that, damn, I have the ambition, I have the drive, I have the goal, so why do I feel like shit? Why do I still feel like shit even though I have the fuel and I know where I'm going? Why is it not going great for me the whole time? We almost always speak about ambition as if it's a good thing. Because it is, like I said, there are way more pros than cons to being ambitious. But sometimes it is that same ambition that is robbing you of your joy and of your peace. And so if you are someone who's highly ambitious, it is important to remember that it is normal, that there are ups and downs, and that sometimes if you are ambitious but without regulation, you will experience frustration, anxiety. It is part of the path. Not everything will be perfect. You will not feel powerful and amazing and capable 24/7, and we must normalize those ups and downs. Particularly if you are ambitious, it is normal that at some point you will feel some type of low. And the problem is that when there is a conflict between wanting and being, when there is a friction between what you want and who you are. We live in a culture that tells us dream big, go harder, manifest faster. We are told to want it all, and to want it all in one go, all at once. We want joy, happiness, abundance, success, acclamation, money. We want it all at once. And on one side, it's great to have that's ambition, to have that ambition, to move towards, in the direction of your dream, to move towards something. However, we must also recognize that on the road to get it, because you can get it all, not all at once. I think Oprah said that you can have it all, just not all at once. And on that road to your vision, there will be ups and downs. And what creates this sense of frustration? It's when there is ambition without regulation. When there is ambition without regulation, that creates emotional debt, that creates frustration, misalignment. Because it's like chasing a moving train without arriving. You're always running, you are never arriving. See yourself in a train, right? And there are multiple stations. When you start at the starting point of the train, at your departure station, your goal is to reach station 3. But then you reach station 3 and you realize, okay, I can actually go further. Now I want station 5, and now I want station 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so you keep running after this moving train, and you never arrive, you never stop, because your ambition is always pushing you further. You always want more. And you are doing all this work, right? You are putting in the work to reach your goal 1% every day. James Clear, the book Atomic Habits, which I highly recommend. You are putting in the work, you are chasing and chasing and chasing. So it can be hard to understand why you feel down sometimes, why you're not happy 24/7, why you can feel exhausted and restless, and why you can feel frustrated with your reality. Again, it's this idea of chasing a train, always running and never arriving. And it is also because ambition without regulation creates a craving loop. And a craving loop is, first, you crave the next level, you crave the next station, you crave what you do not have, you crave that vision, that job, that career, that relationship, you crave something that you do not have, right? So therefore, you feel unfulfilled because it is not there. As long as you do not have it, you have this sense of unfulfillment and misalignment. And then what do? You end up blaming yourself, or blaming the people around you, or blaming the universe, or blaming God, or blaming your environment. You blame yourself because you feel like you're not doing enough, you're not deserving enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not talented enough, you're not smart enough. None of that is true. By the way, none of that is true. But you blame yourself, or you blame your environment. You're blaming the universe for not giving you what you want. You're blaming God for not answering your prayers. And then the cycle repeats, because you blame yourself and then you crave it even more. You crave even more of what you have, feeling unfulfilled, blaming yourself. And so that is the loop that is created by ambition without regulation. And you want to know something? The worst feeling, at least for me, the worst feeling is when you know that you can do it. Your mind knows that you can do it. You've done the mindset work and you're like, I can do it. I know that given the opportunity, given the money, given the relationship, I know that I can succeed, right? But your 3D, your reality is not matching yet, because sometimes your mind is ahead of your reality. Sometimes you know that you can achieve it. You're confident, you're certain. I know that I can do this. However, when I look around, my 3D, my reality is not matching yet. And so for me, that is the worst feeling, because it's the epitome of frustration. When your reality, when your 3D is not matching what you know you can do, your potential, you become frustrated because the opportunities, the outcome is not here yet. So that's kind of when your ambition can steal your joy and rob you of your peace. So to the question, can ambition get in the way of your joy? The short answer is yes. If ambition can get in the way of your joy, if you forget that joy is not the reward after the work, but part of the work. If you forget that you must find joy in the work, on the path, on the train, in between station, as you are moving. Joy is not the reward that will happen once you will reach station 357. Joy is on the train, in the moment, putting in the work every single day. You must find joy in everything that you do every single day, on your path to building the business, to writing the book, to becoming an actor, to becoming a director, to becoming a CEO, to becoming a public figure, whatever the case may be. Joy will not arrive once you will publish the book. Joy is part of you writing the book, part of you losing sleep over the chapter. Joy is in hiring, designing your logo. Joy is in, answering email. Joy is also in the setbacks and the detours, right? So if you forget that joy must be part of the work, if you forget that joy is not the reward, then yes, it will get into the way. Then yes, ambition will get into the way of your joy. Second thing, if you attach your worth to the results of your work, if you only feel capable, worthy, magnificent, beautiful, strong, if you achieve your goal, that is when your ambition gets in the way of your joy. Because the outcome of your work is not what defines your worth. What defines your worth is you doing the work to get the outcome. It's the process. This is where your worth is, not the outcome. The outcome is it's a bonus, it's a surplus. And if you put in the work, if you never stop, you never fail. If you put in the work, you will get the outcome that you desire. But if you attach your worth to the result, if you attach your worth to the book being published, to the business making money, to the film being distributed, to the mentorship, to people booking your mentorship, then that is, you're giving away your joy. You're letting your ambition get into the way of your joy. Again, you are inherently capable, strong, beautiful, magnificent. You are the universe. You are all of that. You are strong enough. You are capable enough. Inherently, do not attach your worth to the result, to the business, to the book, to the mentorship, to the podcast, to the TikTok, to the number of followers. That is not where your worth resides. Your worth resides in getting up every single day and doing 1% and showing up for yourself, going to the gym 3 times a week, eating properly, reading every day because you said you would, right? Posting every day on social media, right? Writing a line of your book or your script every single day, or painting, learning how to paint, this is it. This is where you measure your worth, not the outcome. Another way that ambition can get in the way of your joy, if you forget your why. If you forget why you started, why are you doing what you're doing? The what does not truly matter. However, what matters is the why behind the what. You must always go back to your why, because your why is where you will find peace and motivation. And your why is not material. If your why is to get more money, please sit down and look for another why. If your why is to be famous, please sit down and look for another why, because that's not a why that will keep you motivated. That's not a why that will keep you peaceful and that will give you peace of mind. Your why is immaterial. So always go back to why you start. Why are you doing what you're doing? Going back to the discussion about purpose, and that purpose is about community, it's about connection, it's bigger than you, it's about other people. You're not doing it for yourself, you're not shining your light just for yourself, you're shining your light for the world, for us, so you can inspire us to shine our light. Don't do it for you, do it for them. Step into your purpose so you can show people that it is possible, so you can inspire people to do so, right? So always spend time looking for your why, figuring out your why, not the what. The what can change, the what will change, the what will multiply. You will find different ways of expressing your why, but the moment that you forget why you're doing what you're doing, the moment that you are attaching that why to money or fame or ego, you will not find joy. This is not where joy is whatsoever. Ambition get in the way of your joy because, ambition creates a sense of urgency. And urgency robs you from being present. Because again, the idea of the train, right? You keep going after the train, after the train, after the train. I want the business. I want 100,000 followers. I want the book deal. I want the movie. I want the Oscar, the whatever. You are ambitious and it's great, but it's create this sense of feeling inadequate and feeling urgent, feeling ready and impatient to get what it is that you want. But once you reside in that state of urgency, you're losing sight of the present. And the present is where you are creating your future. So if you're just living in the future, if you're just living in the outcome, you are robbing yourself of inner peace of mind, and your power of creation. You are creating your future right this second. This is why I say that if you want to know what your life will look like in 3, 4, 5, 10 years, just look at what you're doing right now, what you're doing today. Because it is the accumulation of all your habits that will create the future that you desire. That is why the present is the most powerful place to be if you want to create an extraordinary life, if you want to reach your goal. Stop thinking of what that will look like. As a matter of fact, you don't know. I keep telling you, your mind, your brain only know 2 things. What happened and what is happening. Your brain cannot even start picturing and believing what can happen. You cannot predict the future. I wish I could, but you cannot predict the future. This is why the most powerful place to be is in the present. And if you're not regulating yourself, ambition creates this sense of urgency that is robbing you of the present. And you keep living in the future, and you're robbing yourself of inner peace and the power of being present. And therefore, changing your life, transforming your life, and reaching your goals. And lastly, If you think that joy will only come once you make it, if you are delaying joy once you make it, oh, I will be happy and restful and peaceful once I will get the business. I will be happy once I will get the marriage. I will be happy once I will make 5-6 figures a month or a year. I will be happy. I will be peaceful. I will feel powerful. I will feel worthy once I will get the outcome. Spoiler alert, that will not happen. If you are attaching joy, if you're making joy the outcome, it is the wrong way to go. Joy must be built into the brick of the building. Its joy will not happen once the building is finished. Joy is in the brick, in the cement of the building. Joy is not an outcome. Joy is not a result. And actually, the power of manifestation is to embody all of the energies, all of the emotions, the vibrations that you want to feel in your future in the moment. So if in your future you want to feel joyful, happy, peaceful, you must feel these now and embody them every single day. You must, if you feel anxious today, you will feel anxious tomorrow, you'll feel anxious in 5 years. Do not delay those emotions and attach them to to material outcome. Oh, I will be happy once I'll get the job. I will be happy once I'll get the marriage. No, be happy now so you can get the job. You are happy now, therefore you will get the job. You are peaceful now, therefore you'll get the relationship. You feel loved and powerful and beautiful now, therefore you will attract the life of your dream. It's not the other way around. It's not I will get the life of my dream, therefore I will be happy. That's not how it works. First is vibration. It's how you feel, how you speak, how you think about yourself, right? Joy is never an outcome. Joy is built into the path. I'm trying to give you metaphors, but I think, the brick of the build is probably because there's construction right in front of me. So I have a lot of construction metaphors, but joy is in the cement, is in the brick, not in the finished building, not in the finished product. And so how to stay ambitious without losing yourself, without losing your joy? First of all, you regulate your nervous system. Regulate your nervous system, because you cannot create in a state of panic, in a state of survival. There are many ways to do that. EFT tapping, breath work, yoga, stretch, go for a walk, journal. Regulate your nervous system. You cannot create, you cannot be present in the full power of the presence and in your full power as a creator if you are panicking, if you are anxious. Number 2, practice detachment. Detach yourself from the outcome, like I told you, right? Fall in love with the path, with the craft of creating rather than the outcome. Let the dream inspire you and excite you. Do not be a slave to the dream. Be inspired by the vision, but do not be enslaved and attached to that vision. And it is, I think, for me, one of the hardest part to practice detachment, right? Stop being attached to the outcome, fall in love with the process, with the journey. If I give you an example, this podcast, I love the outcome. I love posting it. I love, putting it out there for you to listen. I love the work. I love researching. I love brainstorming. I love editing, doing the thumbnail, writing the blog post, writing the copy, doing the little clips that I post on social media, doing the Instagram catch. I love the work. I detached myself from the vision, from the vision that I have for this podcast, which will happen in the future, and I have no idea how it will unfold. But I love I love sitting down and recording. I'm so happy for when I record, for the days that I'm recording, right, and the days that I am working on the next episode. Fall in love with the process, and that can take a long time. Number 3, anchor yourself in certainty. You will make it. Be 100%, 150% sure that no matter what, no matter where, no matter what, no matter how, you will make it. You will reach your goal. It will happen. It is done. Whatever you want, whatever you dream, whatever you aspire to be, to have, it is done. Right? Do not anchor yourself in timelines. Okay, when will it happen? It will. It will. Does not matter when. It will happen. Have this unshakable belief that you will make it. Because this is also how you shift your energy and you let go of anxiety, fear, etc. And you start evolving with certainty and confidence in the world, because you know that no matter what, I'm on my way. With all the step backs, with all the detour, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I do not care. It's all part of my path, and I will make it just because you said so, because you decided. Going back to the GPS metaphor, you are a GPS. Once you set your destination, you will reach it. So practice being certain that you will make it. Number 4, celebrate yourself. It's something that I'm so bad at. Celebrate the small wins. Catch yourself progressing and doing. This is why I keep telling you, write down your goals, write down your to-do list, and check yourself once you are making progress. Because I'm telling you, in a month, you still have made progress. But celebrate the small wins. I'm not telling you to throw a party or buy yourself a cake or buy yourself a balloon or that's not this. But celebrate yourself. Be proud of yourself. For every station, if we're going back to the train metaphor, for every station that you are passing by, celebrate yourself. Be proud of yourself. Write it down. Record yourself talking to yourself, being like, you know what, I did that today. I said that I would write a page. I did that today. I said that I would go to the gym. It's been a week, it's been a month. Celebrate yourself. I'm proud of myself. Recognize all the steps that you are taking, because these will be part of your autobiography in a few years. These will be the steps that you will recount on that podium when you will tell your life. It is you are doing the work. It is the journey. It is what matters. It's not the outcome. It's not what will happen in 5 years. What matters is what you're doing today, and celebrate yourself. Number 5, let it out. Vent to your friends, to your journal, to your laptop. Open photo booth and talk to yourself. When something is going awfully right or awfully wrong, say it. Vent. Get it out of your chest. Enough with keeping your thoughts, your emotions, your feeling to yourself. Get it out. Get it out. Number 6, normalize the deep. The road includes doubt, detour, plateau, setbacks. It's all part of it. And even when you take a few steps backwards, it does not mean that you are not moving forward towards your destination. It is all part of the dip, the curve. It's part of the whole process. And the frustration that you're feeling when you are in the curve and the lowest part of the curve, it's not an excuse to give up. It's not an excuse to stop. So no, it's normal. Ups, downs, failure. Listen to successful people. Read about their success story so you can understand that failure is integral to their success. And last but not least, redefine success. Redefine what success means to you. Redefine success. Redefine success in a way that you feel joy before you reach the goal. So much so that no matter what, if you feel the joy today, tomorrow, the day after that, for sure you will be joyful once you will reach the goal. But you need to redefine success in a way that prioritize joy and peace and whatever value you are important for you. Do not take my definition of success. Do not take your neighbor's definition of success. Do not take your idol definition of success. Every person has a different definition of success. But please define success in a way that prioritizes joy, peace, love, abundance, etc., etc. And all of that before the goal is reached. So these are all the ways that you can stay ambitious. You must please stay ambitious. This is not an anti-ambition episode. Please stay ambitious. However, be wary. Be very aware of how you define ambition and how you are going about being ambitious and reaching reaching your goal, because I do not want you to be burnt out. I do not want you to be frustrated and to give up. I do not want you to hate yourself or to blame yourself, because the whole success journey is a curve. There will be ups and downs, right? So apply all of this and stay ambitious so that it does not rob you of your peace. It does not rob you of your joy. And there's this book that I really love that is called The Gap and the Gain by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. And a quote from that book that I really love, that is definitely on point for this episode. You are unhappy because you are measuring yourself against an ideal, a moving target, rather than your actual progress. Do not measure yourself by how far I am from my goal, but rather how far I've come. Look how far you've come over the last month and years of your life. This is how you should measure yourself. Do not measure yourself by the goal. You have no idea how it's going to unfold. And like they said, it is a moving target. So should you still remain ambitious if your joy is at risk? Yes, absolutely. But ambition is not the enemy. Unregulated ambition is. Joy is not something that you delay. Joy is not something that you will get once you reach your goal. Joy is not something that you delay up until your dream comes true. Joy is the fuel for the journey. Joy is the gas that you put in the car. Joy and peace. Feel those emotions in the moment so you can for sure get them once you reach your goal. So be ambitious, absolutely. But do not forget that you are allowed to feel deeply, disgustingly, ridiculously, fully happy and joyful on the way there. Yes, it is hard. It might be difficult, but joy should be, will be, must be part of the journey. Okay, so it's just if your ambitious is unregulated, it might rob you of your joy. But I gave you all, the tips and tricks so you can regulate that emotion, regulate yourself, regulate your nervous system, and build joy in the path and not make joy the outcome and the result. All right. So this was the episode for today. For all my ambitious people out there, just know that it is part of the work. It is part of the journey. There are ups and downs. It's great to be ambitious, but do not let that burn you out. Infuse joy and happiness in everything that you do, so you can sustain the efforts that you will put in. Because if you are on this road, it is a lifelong process. It is a lifelong journey. Might as well enjoy the process, because once you will reach your goal, if you're ambitious, you will want something else, something bigger, something further. Might as well be happy while you're doing it, and still kill it, and still be number one bestseller, and still be CEO of the Forbes. How do they call that? Top 40. We call it CAC 40 in France. Into the biggest of CEO of the biggest company. Might as well enjoy the journey. All right. This is the episode for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care of yourself. Listen to yourself. Love yourself. I love you dearly, and I see you on the variety of social media: TikTok, Instagram, Sullivan all caps. You can write me at asitwithmepodcast@gmail.com. Take care of yourself. I love you dearly. Get out. Go for a walk. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a little bit of sun. Drink your water. Move your body. And I see you next week. Well, I talk to you next week. Bisous, bye.